Implementation of the GHS international legislation requires a number of considerations, such as what national legislation on classification and labelling exists, if the legislation shall be applied to all chemicals in all sectors, horizontally, or for some chemicals, such as pesticides, or in a specific sector, such as the workplace, how the building block approach should be applied, if additional elements shall be included, for instance, hazards not covered by the GHS, or additional labelling elements brought over from existing legislation. As the GHS is regularly revised, it is important to decide on what revision should be used when the legislation is drafted. It is also important to include a mechanism for updating the legislation when the GHS evolves. In order to facilitate a smooth transition from an existing classification and labelling system to one that implements the GHS, the building block approach for the GHS adoption was introduced. The GHS can be adopted in full, with additions as appropriate not to reduce protection of human health and the environment compared with systems currently in place. The GHS can also be adopted in part in order to minimise changes to existing systems. UNITAR and ILO have recently published a guidance document to support implementation of the GHS. The guidance addresses several key factors for successful implementation of the GHS, such as the current status of the country, how the basic infrastructure for legislation and chemicals management is set up, what the capacity of various sectors is, the role and responsibilities of different actors. Implementation requires extensive coordination among the various sectors and actors affected by chemicals management. The Inter-Organisation Programme for the Sound Management of Chemicals, IOMC, has developed a toolbox that includes a classification and labelling system scheme that can assist in the implementation of the GHS. Another guidance from UNITAR showcases actions that have been taken in various countries or by relevant regional and international organisations when implementing the GHS. The global implementation of the GHS is an ongoing process. In the newly agreed Global Framework on Chemicals, Target B6 reads, by 2030, all governments have implemented the globally harmonized system of classification and labelling of chemicals in all relevant sectors as appropriate for their national circumstances. With the advent of a global system for hazard classification, some stakeholders would also consider a global list of classified chemicals as a valuable tool. The OECD eChem portal offers access to information on chemical substances. It allows simultaneous searching of reports and datasets by chemical name and number, by chemical property, and by GHS classification. Direct links to collections of chemical hazard and risk information prepared for government chemical programs at national, regional, and international levels are obtained. Classification results according to national and regional hazard classification schemes or to the GHS are provided when available. In addition, the eChem portal provides exposure and use information on chemicals. On the homepage you will find a video that presents the portal and its use. For more information on the GHS, please visit the UNITAR and the GHS websites.